Hey everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and all the other 126 different holidays that happen during this time of year. Thanks for tuning in for those that are here. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. It's been a hectic couple of months. The school year, you understand how that goes. So I just wanted to kind of, we've entered that awkward time between the big celebration of Christmas and then New Year's, that 6-day period where you don't really know what to do with yourself. For those that had to go back to work today, you're there, you have 2 days before the weekend, and you're like, it's just awkward. It's just weird. So I decided to take this time and kind of do I think I called it a holiday clearing. Just kind of giving you guys an update of, what's been going on with me, all the new fun and exciting stuff. So had a birthday back in the middle of November and decided that this year I was going to completely do a self-care weekend for my birthday. So I booked myself a haircut and color. I booked myself to get my nails done, a facial, all those girly things that I don't get to do throughout the year as much as I should. I am not Brazilian. This will be important later in the story. The first thing I did was I went to go have my hair cut and colored. And I decided that this year, for a little bit of a change, but still being professional, I was going to do a rose brown coloring. For those that don't know what that is, I will post a link in the description below. It's the same color as my natural hair color. It's a light brown that has kind of a pink tone-ish overtone to it. It's not full-on pink. It's not brightly colored. It's just a little something for the hair. They don't do that here. It's important to note. I have unique hair. I have super fine, super thin baby white girl hair, as I call it. There's not a lot of thickness to it. It's not very coarse. And I don't actually have a lot of it. Because of the curl pattern of my hair, it does look like I have relatively thick hair. So we get there, and the hairstylist, who was fantastic, by the way, the stylist himself was amazing. He specializes in curly hair. So for someone like me that has a light curl pattern, it's not very tight, he was the perfect person to go to. Cuts the hair when it's dry. He doesn't use a brush. He uses light product. Totally knew what he was doing. Cut my hair, things were going great. Then the colorist comes in. They don't do fancy colors here in Brazil. It's pretty much brown, blonde, or red. And if it's not one of those three colors, it's not common. It's a difficult thing to do. Unlike in the United States, where we have every color of the rainbow and sometimes all of them put together, that doesn't happen here in Brazil. My Portuguese is not very good. I'm a lot further ahead than I was a couple of months ago, but I'm still not fluent by any definition of the word. But the way to get around that normally is to bring pictures. Boy, did I have pictures. I had 24,000 different pictures, and I sent them to her 3 days before the appointment to confirm that they could do it, et cetera, et cetera. So we get there, and I should have been warned the second it started happening. She started highlighting my hair. Because my hair is so fine, it doesn't react very well to bleach. It lightens very quickly. It does not lighten very far. It only lightens to 1 or 2 shades, and you will not get it any lighter than that, not without frying my hair completely. I know this because I have a bunch of friends that are estheticians and are hairstylists, and also from good and bad experiments that I've done on my own hair over the past, 29 years of being live. And so I'm sitting there and she's putting the bleach on my hair, and I'm trying to explain that you can't do that to my hair, or at least as soon as you put it on, you do another side, you gotta take it off. And I'm just sitting there and I'm watching the time click by. I tell her to take it out, and she unfolds the foil and goes, no, it's not white yet, and then rolls it back up. And I'm watching the time tick by, and I'm like, all right, it's been 10 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. and my hair is now straw. So it's not good. I am not blonde. I am not a blonde. I do not like blonde hair on myself. I'm anti being blonde. I very am adamant about not wanting to be blonde. And I expressed that to the colorist. So she pulls out the foil and we go and wash the bleach out, and then I'm blonde, like platinum blonde. And I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, not good. So we get there and we dry it out, and then the colorist tells me that she cannot get the color that I wanted on my hair. What do you mean you can't get the color that I wanted on my hair? I'm now blonde, which is definitely not the color I wanted. I was okay with being a brunette. I'm definitely not okay with being blonde. So then she starts combining colors that just get scarier and scarier the more she puts into this bowl. And I'm just sitting there and like almost in tears, because my hair is about the closest thing I have to a religion. It's very, very important to me. I take very good care of my hair. So having anyone else touch my head in general is a terrifying thing. So we're sitting there and she's mixing these colors and she tries this one little tiny strand. And then I'm like, no, that's pink. I don't want pink. No. I show her the pictures again. And she's like, well, okay, we can put brown all the way over your hair. And then we can add the pink to it. My hair was brown when I walked in here. So now we have to reverse the bleaching that she did by putting more treatment on my hair that's damaging with hydrogen peroxide. That's how dye works. And then she can put the tone over my hair. Well, long story short, I left the salon with my hair in a very, very dry, damaged condition. I have done this to my hair before, so I happen to know how to get it back to life. Keratin is a very big thing here in Brazil because bleaching is such a big deal. So automatically went in to go get a keratin treatment, a hair mask, coconut oil, and just like soaked my head for 3 days. And so I got it back to its natural curl pattern, and it's been about a month and a half now, and I just recently added color to it to correct the color that she did. I don't have Brazilian hair. I've got delicate, very fine hair. Again, not being Brazilian. That's part one. Had a great night that night. Went out with some friends. We did karaoke inside their apartment. Awesome. Then the next day, I had scheduled a facial. American facials and Brazilian facials are two very, very, very different facials. An American facial, for those that are not familiar, there's masks and maybe a light exfoliant, and it's very light and touchy and girly, and it's far more pleasant than the disaster that I went through. So this is a clinical facial, I guess is the proper term for it. She did everything. I lost multiple layers of skin because that was part of it. She was doing extractions with a needle, and it was incredibly painful. There was at one point she was actually using sand crystals to blast away my face. Apparently that's called microdermabrasion. It's Portuguese. Learn it. Yeah, it was so bad that I spent the entire hour and a half grinding my teeth to the point that 2 days later I had to go to the dentist because I had caused a nerve inflammation in my jaw. That's how painful this facial was. Now, my friend who helped me book the facial, she was like, well, that's what it's supposed to be. She was like, she actually does a really good job. And I'm sure she does. We don't do that in the United States. We're soft, we're gentle, we're nice. We don't use sand to blast away layers of your face. Ugh. I had scars, like actual scars on my face. My skin started peeling from the trauma that it had suffered during this facial. If I had been expecting it, it would have been a different situation. I hadn't. That's my fault. The actual facialist did what she was supposed to do, and no blame is cast there at all. But we'll never have another Brazilian facial again because that wasn't worth it. There was no part of that was worth it. But I did have a massage from an excellent masseuse here in Victoria. My nails were done. That was fantastic, totally worth it. So parts of it were really good. Other parts of it are just a strong reminder of the fact I'm not Brazilian. I'm very delicate with my skin and my hair. So that was fun. That was the month of November. Then the school year wrapped up, and now here we are in December, and Christmas has already passed. There are 5 days left in 2019. Time flies when you're having fun. Other things that I wanted to talk about health-wise. I'm solidly doing kettlebells. I recently started water aerobics. I've been doing that for about a month, 2 times a week, I'm sorry. Kettlebells 3 times, water aerobics 2 times a week. And then the other 2 days I do what I call passive exercise, walking around a mall, going to go see a site, getting at least between 4 and 5 miles of walking in. When I'm at work with the students, I walk on average between 8 and 9 miles a day. So on vacation, it's a little harder. You have to find things to do. But recently, I have done something that I totally sort of kind of invented myself. It took inspiration from many other things that follow the same pattern. With plant-based eating, and particular in veganism, which is something that I've really started to lean into, far more plant-based than necessarily vegan, there's a motto called Eat the Rainbow. What does that mean? Macronutrients, fat, protein, carbohydrates. Very easy things to get in any diet. The harder parts are those micronutrients, the things that come from only eating vegetables. Now you're talking about things like iron, fiber, sugars, that sort of thing. There's a list of them. I don't have all of them, obviously. But something that I did that was highly successful was what I'm calling my rainbow cleanse. It's backwards to me. It's probably backwards to you too. My bullet journal. Love it. So this was a 3-day cleanse that I did that focused on eating and drinking the rainbow. Every day I had a smoothie and a soup according to one of the colors of the rainbow. It lasted for 3 days. And the whole point was kind of to flush my digestive system. If you believe in detoxes, that's fantastic. My organs work perfectly fine. But to go back to just solid raw food eating, or in my case, an easy digestible soup, is actually really good for your system, especially if you kind of get that broken garbage disposal feeling after the holidays in particular, because none of us follow a diet we should. I highly recommend it. It is very low calorie, it is high water, and it is high fiber. So I would recommend at least 3 liters of water a day if you're not already doing that, if you decide to do this cleanse. So the first day I did a red smoothie. I'm going to read off a book here. I did a red smoothie that was plant-based yogurt, strawberries, raspberries, and fruit juice. That was my breakfast, and it's a really big smoothie. Like, it almost filled up my entire blender. It was at least 2 cups. So that was kind of my breakfast and brunch. And then for lunch and dinner, I had a carrot ginger soup. That's exactly what it sounds like. Carrots, onion, ginger broth. It made a huge amount of soup, considering that it was supposed to be only 2 servings. And it's pretty low calorie. So that's what I had on day 1. Day 2, I had it was supposed to be yellow, but it certainly turned out looking more green. Banana, peanut butter, plant milk, and kale, which is what turned it green. Again, giant smoothie. This one was a little higher calorie, thank goodness, because I was starving by day 2. And then that evening, I had a green soup, which was broccoli, kale, onion, garlic, and broth. The 3rd day, the final day of the cleanse, I had a purple smoothie, my purple smoothie, which was a beet, bananas, berries, almond milk, and yogurt. And then for dinner that night, it's one of my favorites, family favorite too, my spicy cabbage soup. Stephanie, my friend Stephanie, said that her rainbow diet equals Skittles. Yeah, I can't call it Taste the Rainbow because it is a Skittles thing. And the purple soup, a spicy cabbage soup that has onion, carrot, celery, cabbage, garlic, and broth in it. it was fantastic because I could have the leftovers soup for the next day, which was awesome and fantastic. Yeah, it did really well. I can't say that I've lost any weight, but my weight has been doing this weird fluctuation thing for the last like 3 weeks. I'm losing inches. I'm losing inches around literally everywhere, actually. My face, my neck, my waist, my legs. So, but I'm not losing pounds, or kilos, depending on which country you live in. So the theory is that because of the weightlifting and the kettlebells that I'm doing, I am turning fat into muscle, theoretically, there. But things are going very positively in the health arena, so yay me. So I have a video request, and I'm going to do that on Sunday because for New Year's I am taking a 5-day trip to Rio. I'm super excited. Never been before. I've heard all the cautionary tales, so I feel prepared. But the most requested topic for my channel has been showing my packing ability. So I have decided that on Sunday when I pack my pilot bag, I will show you what that is on Sunday. That would be the 29th of December. I will show you how to put 6 days worth of clothes into a personal item. So if you're interested in seeing how I pack, some of the methods that I use, I'll also have a question and answer session before and after. Please tune in on Sunday to see that video, and I'll show you how I get it done. Other than that, yeah, things are going pretty well here in Victoria. Life is good. Life is positive. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, talk about my bullet journal. All right, I got you. So bullet journaling is a thing. I am a stationery addict. It's a problem, actually. Like, I've been given rules that when I move, I'm only allowed to take 2 journals and I have to actually write in them. But new hobby is the bullet journal. What is a bullet journal? I don't actually know. I saw a really cool video on Facebook from Nifty that was like, bullet journals, you're right. And it had really cute writing, and they used markers and papers and notebooks. And so I had to get down on that. So I actually have 2. The other one I haven't officially started yet. One for work, one for home. This is my color for life. This is my notebook. It's very shiny. It's hard to see. My overhead light's very brutal. So it's kind of like, as of right now, I only have like 3 pages filled out. But, you know, title page, my index with my little table of contents when I get there. I don't know why they call it an index and not a table of contents. I don't have an answer for that. Then I have my little fitness tracker where I'm taking note of my weight and what my measurements are. Cool writing. Look at the writing. And then the rainbow cleanse was the next part on that. Bonne noite, Youssef Watif. Thank you for coming and joining us. So anyway, for the bullet journal, it's literally just a place to dump my thoughts because I'm kind of scatterbrained, and it helps to have a place to put all that. But it was the inspiration, believe it or not, for making tonight's video. So yeah, let's see, we've talked about the birthday, we've talked about the rainbow diet, I've now talked about the bullet journal. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Again, Sunday, tune in if you want to see that live packing of a suitcase. It doesn't sound exciting, but for those that have seen what I can put into a suitcase, I think it would definitely be worth your time. And if you have any questions about packing, how do I fit my entire life into 3 suitcases, be a great time to ask those questions. I'll give you a couple of my tips, a couple of things I do to condense, and I will show you live on camera how I put 6 days worth of clothes into a personal item size bag. So that's the plan for the 29th of December. So please tune in for that video. I will post on my Facebook, and it'll like and subscribe, and you'll get the notification for the video that when it pops up. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, Blessed Solstice, all that jazz. Thank you so much for spending your evening, afternoon, morning with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So I'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye.